is Hunter at Sunrise, acoustic, eclectic music for your Sunday morning. We're streaming live at hunteratsunrise.com, whrv.org, iTunes, Shoutcast, Radio Time, and altradio.org. On your digital radio, we're at 89.5 WHRV, HD2 Alt Radio. You know we like to do acoustic sessions on this show, especially live ones. And today we have a live one for you as Nathan Lienard comes to our show for the very first time. Nathan, thanks for coming down here today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you made it here safely from Williamsburg. We're going to be talking to you here in a minute. What would you like to play for us first?
So this first one is called Story Worth Being Told. I recently put out a 5-song live EP that I recorded at a restaurant up in Williamsburg on a dead night where it was just me and my microphones.
Okay.
And, there was no clanging glasses or forks dropping, so they got a good take on a couple songs.
Excellent.
And this first one is Story Worth Being Told, and my good friend Billy Joe Daniel, local music hero of mine, is going to sit in with me on these.
Okay, here is Nathan Lienard here on Hunter at Sunrise.
Bartender, I need a drink fast. Don't you waste time looking for a glass. Just put that whiskey in the mason jar. Leave the bottle or don't you walk away too far. 'Cause I'm gonna drink and drink all night. Drink and drink till I get right, yeah. It's been one of those days. Which miles too far and I can't change yesterday. Change yesterday. Yesterday. If I could, what would I change anyway? Change yesterday. Yesterday. If I could, what would I change anyway? My left and to my right, the people they're drinking all night. Well, I throw another shot back, and I turn my head and I start to laugh. Old man sitting next to me drinks away his memories, and I listen to the stories told, and I hope I'm that smart when I get old. When I get old, so old, I hope I got a story worth being told. When I get old, so old, hope I got a story worth being told. Whiskey in a mason jar. Leave the bottle and don't you walk away too far. Just leave the bottle and don't you walk away too far. Just leave the bottle and don't walk away too far.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hunter at Sunrise here with Nathan Lienard. Who informed me as he walked in, this is the first time he's ever been in a radio station. What do you think of it so far there, Nathan?
Well, that's a true story, and not to compliment Von Deal on any lies he's telling. This is my first time. I'm not lying like Von does. But no, this is amazing. There's lots of buttons and knobs that I'd be afraid to touch, so I'm going to stay on this side of the console.
Well, again, thanks for coming down here today. What's the name of this EP you said
Yeah, it's called Story Worth Being Told. I kind of, I've had that song kind of in my back pocket for a while, but I thought it was a really cool idea for a title of a CD because it's a collection of 5 little stories that I thought might be worth telling. So.
Yeah. Now, you were telling me that you started doing this in college. That's a little bit of a late bloomer there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, from about age 5 to 22, I played baseball, and I was progressed to the next level, Little League All-Stars. made the varsity team as a freshman and ended up playing high-level Division I.
Wow. What position were you
I was
playing?
a pitcher. I say play. I actually watched a lot from a really good seat. But when I realized I wasn't going to be a Red Sox or a Cardinal or a Yankee when I grew up, it hurt a lot. And the guitar was a necessary distraction. It kind of caught me like nobody else could. And when I was sad, I could learn a sad song. When I was mad, I could break a string. And it was necessary. And I leaned on it, and it just kind of happened. I wanted to learn every Dave Matthews Band song I could. And then when that became hard, I wrote my own.
Yeah, when was that? How long have you been writing music?
Probably around 98, 99, just noodling. But then as far as ones that I actually played in front of people, probably the last 10 years or so.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so these songs that you wrote, you say they're stories. Stories about what?
You know, they're loosely based on maybe a fact. They're just kind of a collection of storyteller. I struggle with pure fiction for some reason. I really wish I could write about, you know, random things that really didn't happen, but they all kind of start with a genuine idea, but I just let it take me, and I try to write them in a way that they just happen to rhyme.
I see.
I don't want to rhyme you and two and love and dove just because, but I just want to tell a story that happens to rhyme while I'm strumming some chords, and it often works out okay. So.
Well, cool. Where did you meet your guitar player?
Well, actually, he doesn't know this, but there's someone else. He runs the open mic at Paul's Deli up across from William and Mary every Monday night, and someone else was running it, and I brought my guitar up to play because I wanted to play because. I just want to maybe get a gig there, and he played before me, and I was like, oh, they've already seen the case. I can't back out of this. He blew me away.
He blew you away.
And then when I found out he was running it, I brought it up there and said, hey, would you sit in? And we've clicked kind of immediately, and now we've probably played 3, 4, 5 shows at least. I try to book a couple shows a year at least with him as a duo. And we've done a Wounded Warrior barbecue and a couple other things, and it's been a lot of fun playing with him. He adds so much to them.
Great. Well, would you like to do another song here?
Yeah, let's do that. You want to do Summer Night? Okay, so
talking with Nathan Lienard here on Under the Sunrise. What's this song?
This one is called Summer Night in VA, and it captures a little bit about what I used to do around here as a kid, or last weekend. If anybody's watching, it just hurts more now.
I see. Here's Nathan Lienard here on Under the Sunrise.
I'm forgetting how this one goes.
It's okay. I knew you'd remember. There's Nathan Lienard here on Under the Sunrise.
Tell me if you wanna go to the fishing hole. Some good old boys and some cane poles. Bring some beers and stories to be told. Sitting by the firelight under the night sky, stars are twinkling in the moonshine. I take a sippy sip now on the side. Just a summer night in VA, in Virginia Beach, out in Luray, up in DC, floating out across the bay. Just a summer night in VA. Virginia is for lovers, that's what they say. And all I can do is agree. Won't you come and spend a couple of summer nights with me? From Williamsburg to Shore Drive, let's click it on ticket, we arrive alive. The boys in blue, well, they won't play with you. From Hampton to Newport News, we hit block party when the day is through. We get our drink on, cause that's what we do. Just a summer night in VA, in Virginia Beach, out in Luray, up in DC, floating out across the bay. Just a summer night in VA. Virginia is for lovers, that's what they say. And all I can do is agree. Won't you come and spend a couple summer nights with me? Sunrise never the same on the Chesapeake Bay. And I look up at the sky, and I know why. Well, I'll be your county boy till the day I die. Tell me if you wanna go to the fishing hole. Some good old boys and some cane poles. Bring some beers and stories to be told. Sitting by the firelight under the night sky, the stars twinkling in the moonshine. I take a sippy sit down on the side. Just a summer night, VA, Virginia Beach, Lorraine, DC, no, not across the bay. Just a summer night, VA, Virginia is for lovers, that's what they say. All I can do is agree. Won't you come and spend a couple of summer nights with me?
100 at Sunrise here with Nathan Lienard. I vote to make that the anthem of Hampton Roads. What do you think?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Would that be okay?
That'd be the song of the summer if that's all right with me.
That's right. It could be the song of the summer this summer.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. Well, when did you write that song? Was that a recent song, or have you had that one for a while?
Probably about maybe 2 years ago or so. So in the last 2 years, I've played about 100 or so shows each year. So I played about 200 shows in the last 2 years, and the songs I put on this CD, they've been road tested. It's not been a long road because I only play around here.
Right.
They've at least been over time tested, and these are the ones that got the best response. And, I've had people ask for that one. Hey, can I get that on iTunes, or can you send me an MP3? I want that to be my ringtone, and all kinds of crazy stuff. So so that's one I knew had to be on there. But yeah, it's just the whole Virginia's for lovers and spend a night with me just kind of was funny. And then my parents have a house in Luray, and they also have a house in Northern Virginia. So,
oh, I see.
So I kind of go up and down there a little bit. My wife and I like to go out on a boat and stuff. So
you have a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you can purchase this on iTunes, can't you? This little EP.
Yeah, it's a little, like I said, it's a little 5-song thing. It's on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, anywhere where you can get your online music. It's available, and it shows. I tell people the only rule is if you buy it, please make a copy and bootleg it, because that's what I do. I bought it off iTunes, and I made a bunch of bootleg copies, and I take it to shows with me and sell it.
I see. An interesting way of manufacturing your album.
Yeah, so it's just it's just a CDR with Sharpie on it. I'm not much fancier than that. So
I see. Well, when you become famous, then people will have that, and they'll say, "Gosh, like he signed this. He even wrote on it."
Yeah, there's that.
There you go. Well, you mentioned you play a lot, or at least 100 shows a year. Where do you usually play?
So I play often at the Cove Tavern in Newport News, right there in City Center. I was playing often at the one in Williamsburg, which is kind of shut down for the season, but when the tourists come back, they're going to open their doors again, so I hope to get back. Water Street Grill up at Yorktown Beach. I'm there at the end of the month. There's a new place in Williamsburg called the Rusty Musket, which is a cool little...
The Rusty Musket.
Yeah, I think it's called the Copper Scroll / Rusty Musket, which is.
Oh, I thought you walked into this place and it exploded like a Rusty Musket.
No, but it's a fun little bar that I'm playing at often, and then also York River Oyster Company, which used to be Rivers Inn in Gloucester.
Okay.
I'm over there. I just booked 6 or 7 shows throughout the summer there, so I'm pretty excited about that.
You get around.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Well, what else would you like to play for us here?
So this next one I'm going to do just by myself. It's a quiet little one. And my wife and I's 10-year anniversary, we left the kids with Grandma and Grandpa, and we went on a cruise. And just to be mean, we went on a Disney cruise without them. But
you went on a Disney cruise without your kids?
Oh, they're spoiled. They've been on one themselves, and they've been to Disney World a few times, so it's not as mean as it sounds, but it's a funny story.
How old are your kids?
They are 10. Thomas is 10, and Annabelle is 8, and Owen is 5.
And did they give you the business when you got back and said, "Dad, you went on a Disney cruise without us"?
Well, they were a little bit younger at the time. This is probably about 2 or 3 years ago now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was 10-year anniversary, man. We were gonna leave them and have some fun that we haven't had. But I gotta say real quick, I always say my wife's my biggest fan by not coming to shows because she stays home with them, so I can go out and do this. And that's with that age group. I mean, I love them to death, but they can sometimes drive me crazy. And when I'm at work at my 9 to 5, and then I go right to a show, and it's the summertime and they haven't been at school all day.
Right.
I'm a welcome relief when I come home and to kind of take over. And when I'm playing, that can't happen. And I just want to tell her this morning, I love you for doing that.
Oh, isn't that nice? Your family's listening then.
I hope so. If not, they're in church and they're going to download the podcast. So.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but this song's called "Eye of the Hurricane" because we were married in September and because I'm cheap. We were going to take a cruise in the fall where you have to do that with the hurricane season. So I was watching the Weather Channel and strumming these chords and came up with a song called "Eye of the Hurricane."
Excellent. Here is Nathan Lienard here on Hunter at Sunrise.
Leaving my troubles on the shore, casting off ain't coming back no more. I'm leaving my troubles in the sand, they can stay on dry land. 'Cause I'm headed out to sea, just my baby doll and me, headed out under the starry skies, gonna sail away tonight. If those storm clouds come, and if that rain falls from above, well, it can't wash away my love. No, it can't wash away my love. 'Cause you know I'm here to stay. Yes, you know I'm here to stay. I'd stare into the eye of a hurricane, and it can't wash me away. I'm leaving my troubles on the shore, casting off ain't coming back no more. My troubles in the sand, they can stay on dry land.
Yeah,
thank you.
Hunter at Sunrise with Nathan Lienard here and his cruising song.
Yeah.
Nathan, thanks a lot for coming down here today.
Thank you for having me. I've been listening to, as we talked earlier, I listened to this when it was still on the coast before Bob FM and all that stuff. So I've listened to you for a long time, and the chance to meet you and be a part of this is more special than you know. So thanks for having me.
Well, thank you, Nathan, and Billy Joe. Thank you for coming as well. You've been the quietest guitar player I think I've ever had on the show. But thank you so much for coming in here today.
Thank you.
It's the first thing he said here in this interview, isn't it? Thanks again, Nathan, for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
This show will, this particular session will have a podcast up on our website probably by midweek, so be looking out for that. We'll also post links to it on Facebook as well. That's going to do it for me. My name is Hunter Hughes. Thanks so much for listening today. This show will be on demand starting at 11:30 this morning, and yes, that's 11:30 daylight savings time. I hope you set your clocks forward this morning, early this morning. And next week we're going to have Narissa Bond on the show. That will be great to see Narissa again. She's been on here a couple of times, but it's been a good while since she's been on here the last time. So I hope you'll join me next weekend for Narissa Bond. And I hope you'll check out our website, hunteratsunrise.com, because not only do we have podcasts of these acoustic sessions, we also have a concert calendar. You can see my playlists even as I put them together. You can also check out our show 24/7 on demand at hunteratsunrise.com. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to leave you here today with an album I started featuring last week from Marika Hackman. It's called We Slept at Last. It's the deluxe edition. What we're going to hear is Drown. You guys have a good day. You've been listening to Hunter at Sunrise here on 89.5 WHRV HD2 Alt Radio Norfolk, Virginia, and hunteratsunrise.com.